Hello, my name is Alex Garza, and this is my instructional video on how to make a Category 5E patch cable using, a standard Category 5E patch cable or cable along with the RJ45 connector. As you can tell, this is the original one that came attached to the cord, but I needed to do several practice runs to ensure that I had the, correct technique before I attempted to do my own demonstration video. So this is how, actually this is not normally how you're gonna find the cord. Obviously it's gonna be damaged, or you're gonna need to be installing it, to something that has happened or, corrupted the connection between the devices. So first step would be to crimp or completely cut, I guess, in this case, the exposed or damaged area of the cord, and just remove it like that. Next step is you're gonna want to actually splice or remove the outer jacket, about 2 inches or so of the outer jacket, to expose a set of 4 twisted pairs of colors. And this is on the other end, which is already pre-cut, which you'll use in this video later for this assignment. What I found easiest to do first after this was to untwist all the wires completely so that you're able to easier grab them when their sequence comes up. And there we go. So you're gonna have 8 wires in total. 8 colored wires in total, I should say. And you're gonna want to place them in order from, left to right, and with the, I'll use the clear one, connector facing down. The little clip on the back of the connector, you wanna face it down. And you're gonna arrange the colors in order from white with orange. Let's see if I can better turn the cord a little bit. To orange being the second color. And you want to try and keep them as straight as possible because this is going to come in handy a little while later. Next, you're going to go with the white with green, I believe it was. Yeah. White with green. And then you're actually going to skip the green one and go to blue. If I can get the cable to cooperate. Now, from blue, you go to white with blue. To green. Sorry, I had to make sure I was telling you guys the correct sequence. After the green, you're going to go white with brown. Remember to try and keep them straight and in order, even if you have to kind of use your other hand to, apply pressure. From here, you're actually going to use the brown one last. And that is the correct color sequence for the inner colored wires. Now, once you've done this, the next step is to actually, they say about 1/2 inch is where you want to cut it from the outer jacket so that the outer jacket can make contact with the inner part which is this part right here of the RJ45 connector. But I actually like to measure, more or less, where I need to cut it using that, and then I'll fold it over about where I need to cut the wiring, so I know where to cut it. So that normally helps me. Maybe it'll help you all. Next step. So after cutting, out your measurement off, you want to make sure that the wires are all properly even. See, this has actually got messed up right here, so let's fix that. So here, green is going to be third to the last, so let's make sure that the wires are in order. After cutting them, sometimes they tend to shift around. So remember, it should be white with orange, solid orange, white with green, then blue, white with blue, green, white with brown, and then brown. I don't know, let's see if I can focus the camera there. Yeah, so after that, you want to ensure they're all properly straight. So from here, you're gonna slide them into your connector with the clip facing down, as I said earlier. And you actually want to push the outer jacket of the wiring past that little section right there, so that it ensures a better grip on the actual cabling, so it's less likely to come detached from the wire. You're gonna grab your crimper, and so everyone's is different. You're gonna slide the cabling in and apply pressure to the cord. You're gonna pop it back out, and that is one side of the cabling. From there, this came in my networking kit, so I'm just gonna use it, but it's just a little outer jacket that makes the clip, I guess, more user-friendly for the customer or client or whoever you're performing, your job for. There we go. So now what you're gonna actually do is repeat the same exact steps on the opposite end of the cabling. So go ahead and untwist all the wires again. You can kind of start arranging them in the order if you know it. Sometimes we may have to revert back to checking the book or checking our notes because, we're human, we forget. But eventually, I think it becomes more muscle memory than anything else. So I need the green later. Remember, white with orange to orange, white with green, then you're gonna go to your blues. Like I said in the earlier part, it's easier to untangle them all at once versus doing it while trying to hold the wiring together. And this is what I'm showing you on this video, because you still have to keep focus on, keeping them in the correct sequence. So white with orange, orange, white with green, blue, white with blue, then green. Then white with blue after the blue, then green, and then finally comes, let's see if I can fix that. Okay, right there. I'm gonna go to, let's see, fix that a little bit. You're gonna go to white with brown and brown. Remember, from here, you want to actually measure the distance with the other RJ45 connector, so you know more or less where to make the bend in the cabling, so that still, remember, some of the outer jacket actually reaches past that little notch right there, so that it can be crimped in as well to provide an extra layer of or not layer, I guess, an extra sense of security that the wire is not going to slip out after this. So after your measurement, you can bend the wires over and get a decent sense of where you need to cut them. Remember, make sure your wires stay in order, because that's probably gonna give you the most problems out of everything. This green wire is not wanting to work with me on this side. White with orange to orange, white with green, then blue. Blue and white to green to white with brown and brown. So, like I said earlier, standard rule is normally about ½ an inch or so. So I'm just gonna guesstimate here, because I've already done about 4 tries on this just to make sure I knew how to do it before explaining it to you guys. I mean, that only makes sense, right? So from here, you're gonna want to cut the wires, and remember, try to cut them all even so that they all make contact properly and flush. So there we go. They tend to move around sometimes when you cut them, so just check the color sequence again, just to ensure, you know, do it right the first time so you don't gotta go back and do it again. So they're a little off. I just want to make them perfectly straight, because that helps. You're gonna grab your connector, slide the cabling in, make sure the outer cabling or outer jacket of the cabling actually reaches past that notch again. I mean, that is important, because you don't want to have to, you know, maybe accidentally trip on the cord and yank the thing out that you've been working on for the last 10 minutes or so. So after this, you want to grab your crimper again, slide the RJ45 connector in and apply pressure. Remove it. That is a successful replacement of both ends of a patch cable or category 5E cable. Here is the little connectors that came. I just thought they were pretty cool, so I'd add them in this video. It does make it a little easier to press that clip though. And just to see how strong they are, let's see. They fit into this little other adapter that came with my set, and I am applying pressure on the cords and they're actually not coming loose. So that's it. That's the standard cabling or standard, you know, process on how to replace one of these if you ever need to. Again, my name is Alex Garza. This is for my South Texas College CPMT-1449 course. And thank you for watching. Leave comments if you have any questions. This could be fun and maybe a new hobby for me to take over as part-time, posting how-to videos on what I'm learning to possibly help other students. So thank you so much for your time, and subscribe or leave a like. Thanks.